To the review. I'm the captain. In the Navajo language, the term for Skinwalker translates to, by means of it, it goes on all fours, and it usually refers to a magical being, perhaps a type of shamanistic priest who has been warped by dark magic, who is only satiated by the flesh of the living, who has an insatiable hunger to devour all that is around it. Most are seen as evil. They perform twisted ceremonies and manipulate magic in a perversion of the good works of medicine people. It's very common to hear tales of natives fighting to the death against these beings. Today, I have one such story about a young man and his experience with a Skinwalker. Hosted by Fish Teeth 98. It's titled, "My friend had a dream about me, warning him about a Skinwalker, and I'm experiencing weird things." He starts, "Okay, so, I don't even know how to start this. Me and my friend, who actually has some weird premonition dreams throughout his life, never knew what a Skinwalker was until this morning, when he had a dream about me warning him about a so-called Skinwalker. When he woke up, he searched the term and we found out what it was. I have been experiencing a series of very odd and scary dreams, all related to my house and family, for the past 2 weeks. When my friend called and told me about the Skinwalker dream, I remember the first nightmare I had 2 weeks ago. My dog was entering my room through my balcony, and something seemed odd about him. Then, I had my legs twisted by something. The series of weird dreams continue to this day. I also live in the countryside area where people raise lots of animals, and all sorts of weird animal sounds can be heard at night, so I can't remember hearing something out of the ordinary. Did anyone else experience anything similar, or could this be a bad omen? Also, if something or someone is warning me about Skinwalkers, is there anything someone can do for me for some sort of protection?" Being magical beings, it is assumed the Skinwalkers can transmute and travel through their astral planes and into the dreams of others. Oh, no doubt. Although, possibly just a figment of his imagination, he could be dealing with a Skinwalker. Electronic Coffee replies, "They say Native Americans warn to not speak of Skinwalkers because they can hear the word from miles and miles away and it can attract their attentions to you. So they begin to stalk you and take notice. Kind of like someone who can see ghosts, and ghosts get angry at someone being able to see their torment. Supposedly, the more you talk about them, think about them, they can basically smell it on you, and they notice you taking notice of their existence." This next one's entitled, "Skinwalker Encounter." It was submitted by Brov3099. It starts, "So, back in 2020 in the fall, I had some friends come over for a couple of nights. One night we decided to go on a walk and just go around for a little bit. As soon as we left the house, we could hear howls in the distance. They didn't sound like coyote howls like I would normally hear, but we all played it off as just some coyote howls. A little bit after the howls stopped, we thought they were done howling, but we heard it again, this time closer. My friends, as they don't live in the area, became intrigued with the howling and tried to mimic it. The howls completely stopped again, and we started heading back to my house, as I started feeling uneasy. As we started heading back to my house, we heard the howling again, but a little closer this time. My friend started running, and knowing we couldn't turn back now, I ran with him. We all felt as something big was chasing us. As our stomachs sank and we could feel the fear consuming us, we got to the porch of my house. All eager to be back in the house, we got in. Knowing my house was built on a Navajo burial site, my suspicions grew, thinking about what that animal could have been. Not much later into the night, my dog started to become increasingly aggressive and scared out the back door. I tried to get him away, but he was still acting weird, so I brought him upstairs and he calmed down eventually. Feeling uneasy again, we went upstairs. As morning came, my feeling of fear was gone, but my dog was scared to go back out again. He eventually went out, but I never went out on a night walk since. Stuff started settling down into recently when my dog became scared of the backyard again. The next day, he didn't want to go back outside unless I was with him. Could I be in danger, or was this possibly a Skinwalker? So far, we've been limited to Skinwalker experience in dreams, a sneaking suspicion of suspicious behavior. But this last one seems to be an actual encounter. Posted by Gargan for Monsterverse. He starts. He begins. I'll start us off with my personal story. Here in North Texas, there's a cryptid known as the Lake Worth Monster, or the Greer Island Goat Man. This creature is said to roam Greer Island and the surrounding area near Lake Worth. Although this story doesn't take place at the lake, it takes place by another close lake. Anyways, when we were kids, he says, my cousin lived by this lake. My sister and I, as well as his other cousin, were invited over for the weekend. When we were over, we heard strange noises during the night, similar to an elk bugle. This was the loudest when my uncle drove us through the woodland on the shore. One night, when staying up playing Animal Crossing, about 2012, we heard these noises and looked out the window to see a grey, hairy, humanoid figure with horns and hooves standing on his neighbor's roof. Needless to say, this was the most terrified I had ever been. After this, we just hid in his room, closed all the windows and blinds and made a fort so we felt safer. We didn't get our aunt and uncle though, because he had a baby brother that we did not want to disturb because we thought the crying would attract it. Indeed, I think he made the right decision. I do not believe the Skinwalker would discriminate on the age of the victim. The thirst for blood is too overwhelming. Well, I hope you enjoyed these 3 short, quick stories of Skinwalkers from Reddit. And I'll see you next time, when we'll have more stories to review.